And it is video log time once again on this very disagreeable day. You're probably thinking, dude, it's been 3 weeks since you uploaded a video log. Where have you been? Well, to quote photonic induction, it is need to know time. At this particular juncture, there's been some stuff that has taken place that I'm not going to get into, at least not long-winded. If you follow me in my various adventures around the internet, you'll know what's been going on. But there's been a lot. We'll put it that way. Couple that with work, and it's been manic, to say the least. But I think it's finally starting to sort of settle out. One of the big things that I have done is I've been really putting a lot of effort into reorganizing and clearing this place up. It doesn't look like much, because stuff is still in kind of a state of disarray. I'm not done yet. I've still got quite a bit of stuff to do. But you can compare and contrast this with what it used to look like. And I think you'll agree with me, especially over here, where all this stuff is, it is much better than it was. Could it be a little better? Yeah, absolutely. And there's still more work that I need to do. But I've done all that. But the biggest thing is I have a new pillow, I have 2 sets of new bed sheets, and I have a new mattress. So all of that has been taken care of. But because I have this new mattress and I don't want to mess it up, it's also much softer than the previous one, so when you put stuff on it, it just kind of sinks into it. I can't use it as a workbench anymore. Not that I would do that anyway, because I really don't want to mess it up. So my workbench has sort of moved to this little area right here, which, again, once I've got more of this dealt with, it'll look a lot nicer. And I've added a light here to sort of help light up the area. Unfortunately, the only bulbs I've got laying around that'll actually be any good for this are these daylight bulbs and these Borg lamps, as I like to call them, and it really clashes with the warm white of the rest of the room. I'm going to have to do something about that. The other issue is that when the window is open like that, it shines out, which really doesn't work, at 3 o'clock in the morning when the neighbor's over there trying to sleep and whatever. So, gotta do something about that. But I think, ultimately, this is probably going to be a better situation. I've reorganized the low-end radio studio. You can see here I've got a new UPS. This is a back UPS Pro 1500. So it's running all of that. I switched it around. The computers are over on the left. That's there. Everything else is pretty much the same. I mean, I've reorganized that a little bit. And I've definitely reorganized this. I've pitched a lot of stuff. Some stuff that I really did not want to, and I'm not done pitching stuff either. The TV that used to be up here is not gone. It's sticking around because it's got the VCR in it. I just have it downstairs where it's more convenient. Lots of computers that really I frankly don't need are sitting outside awaiting e-waste pickup or e-waste drop-off whenever I can get off my lazy butt and drop them off. There's probably still more that are going to go into that pile. Let's see, what else? What else has been done? Lots of cleanup, though. I haven't really done that shelf. I did that shelf up there. You can see it's got all my radios on it now, so they're out of the way. I didn't really do this shelf. Probably should. I also did that, so I've got my clock collection there. I think I actually have a light bulb in here, but it's only a 60 watt. I don't know. I'll have to see if it'll work. It's warm white, though. And, of course, you got all of those. Everything is still pretty much set up the way that it was previously. Also, over here, you have another UPS. This is a bank UPS. What is that? That's an XS 1500. Again, all those two needed was new batteries. So about $200 in batteries. And I have myself about $850 worth of UPS for, $220. Paid $20 for the XS at the thrift store. And that one was free. So, there you go. This humongous mess here that is sitting on that needs to disappear. All of it. So it's going to be going away. Well, not all. It's not going to be going away. It's just going to be definitely reorganized into hopefully some more manageable piles of junk. And my ultimate plan here, forgive, I got the tripod on the floor with that camera on it. The ultimate goal here is to take that desk, move it over here, move all this stuff down, and put another rack in that corner. I'd like to ideally get one that's black, that matches this one. It's going to have to be half the size. Well, actually, I think I could probably get away with a little bit more than half the size, but half the size is good enough. So half the size, put it right there. I'm going to have to deal with the clocks. That can be done. But what I really need to do is I just need to get more space. More storage space for things. And getting another one of these racks is definitely going to go a long way to doing that. Oh, the other thing I did is you'll see that this no longer, at least not terribly, rattles around. I actually put the washers in the wall. So now, this thing isn't going to fall over as soon as I jump on the floor a little too hard. So, that's all good. And oh look, here's a light bulb. I think it's a 60 watt though. 60 watt equivalent, of course. It's 8.5 watts. Yeah, it's a 65 watt equivalent. Or 60. Whatever I said. Another one of my big projects is I've been slowly ridding myself of Pentium 4 equipment. You can see down there, I replaced 2 of my network attached storage machines with, excuse me, with newer systems. That one over there I did a couple weeks ago. This one I just did last night. There's that over there, and then there's this. This is the last, really, it's not really a Pentium 4, but I'm going to classify it as pretty much the same. It runs rather hot, although that said, even that Precision 390 right there runs rather hot, and so does that one. So really didn't help too much to do away with all of that, but it's still more efficient. Certainly more energy efficient. And this machine here, which I just picked up from work, which will be getting a video, it's a little Acer Aspire thing, is going to be replacing that one after I put a new drive in it and get it all set up. So, fun times ahead. Still got a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on. You can see those 2 Pentium 4 towers down there. Those I still haven't done anything with. There was another system in there. A Pentium 120 based machine I need to get working. That down there needs some work. But I don't know if I mentioned this, but this is a Dell XPS L502X that I picked up for free. All it needed was a battery, and what was the other thing that I did to it? Oh, I had to plug in a cable. So that's up and running now. And this needs a new keyboard, because I actually found a Lenovo as well that I fixed up for my boss. I took the keyboard off of this and put it on that, because that was all that one needed. And he ended up buying a new keyboard for that, so I had to put my keyboard back on this. This needs a wireless card. I've got a couple wireless cards laying around now that I could put in it. And I think that's it. I know that there's a machine in there that needs a hard drive. I need to reload the T61. But I think that's pretty much it for real projects I've got going on here. So, stay tuned. Yeah, no, I'm actually pretty proud and pretty satisfied with the way that this turned out. It's not perfect. I really would have liked to not have this wiring disaster down here, but I think some of that is just wires that are sitting out that I need to put away. But the big thing that's really going to make most of the difference is when I get these 3 computers put in the closet, which is where they're going to go, and figure a few other things out. Of course, I got more computer stuff that's got to come home from work quite a bit. 2 486s. Actually, no, I'm sorry, 3 486s. I have a Phenom that needs to come home. I've got a Xeon workstation that needs to come home. I've got a little IBM thing, a little IBM Pentium 4. That probably isn't going to be doing a whole lot, but something to experiment with for at least a little bit. That's really all that this stuff is. It's stuff to play around with. Keeps it away from the landfill. Some of the really valuable stuff like this, I mean, other stuff like the Dimension 5150, who cares? But stuff like this only comes around once in a lifetime. So I've got all that to worry about. Do I have any more systems sitting in that pile? I don't know. Oh, I have a little Lenovo iX2 NAS that I need to fix up as well. I don't know if I'm going to waste too much time with that, though. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I think that's pretty much it for what's been going on. Tomorrow, at least, will be nice, so I can go outside and hopefully get the bike running and all of that mess. So, there we go. There's your vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we don't have another 3-week gap. Because I think it was 3 weeks. It might have only been 2 weeks, but I think it was 3 weeks. Oh yeah, just a quick little thing here. I think this camera stopped working. Because I've noticed the head drum is having some difficulty spinning up. And the recording that it made is, it's going to need a little bit of help, I think. So I think that one is probably going to be going away. I might junk that camera. Which is too bad, because it really is a nice camera. I mean, it's got the LCD screen and all of that. And it actually works really nice. The audio sounds really good out of it. The picture quality is decent out of it. I mean, it's standard definition, so people will talk down on it anyway, no matter what I say about it. But I think it was pretty acceptable for standard definition. But, alas, not everything is meant to be. And of course, the image stabilizer is much better than this crap. Look at that. It's really bad.